Shalom, shalom, Israel. We'll get started in a little bit. Y'all just bear with me. Just allowing brothers and sisters to come on in. We'll get started in a little bit, y'all. All right. Might as well get this started. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Brakatah, Yahweh Shamar Alatan Ba'Shem Yahushua is priest and also Dawashah by the Isupk. Started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. And since 1969, we've been teaching the truth according to the Bible. Like every Tuesday down here in Florida is the Brotherhood class. We usually go live from Orlando is what we usually do. But we're in the library every Tuesday from 6:30, 8:30. And the library is in downtown Kissimmee, Hart Memorial Library, from 6:30 to 8:30. But if you haven't heard the news yet, right, there's a hurricane that's coming through. So most spots in Florida is getting ready to shut down, closing early. Plenty of people is evacuating. Stores are in a frenzy. You know what I'm saying? All of this that's going on is all by the hands of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you get in contact with the brothers that's in your area, in your city, so they can get in contact with Cap or vice versa, all right? So the hurricane's coming through. Supposedly it's going to be touching down here in the western part of Florida, which is Tampa and the coast, the Bay Area and St. Petersburg. On Thursday, they're saying Thursday night or Wednesday night, somewhere around there. And Lord knows, man, we've been hitting up Ybor City for years, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure the brothers from Tampa could attest to this, man. We go out there every weekend to Ybor City, which is in Tampa, you know what I'm saying, prophesying and letting the people know that the Lord is about justice. You know what I'm saying? And if our people don't repent and if this place don't, do what's right according to the Most High, that the Lord will judge them for that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what a prophet is supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? These storms that the Lord is bringing is for the judgment to be passed on to our enemies. You know what I'm saying? This is how the Lord judges the earth, right? So we're going to get one scripture on that, proving that the storms that we read about and hear about on the news It's all done by the hands of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And it's really for our enemies, man. You know what I'm saying? It's for our enemies and those who have oppressed us and hate us, man. You know what I'm saying? This is why the Lord is bringing these storms. This is why he brings earthquakes and hurricanes and all type of natural disasters on this earth to let the people know who he is. You know what I'm saying? To let the people know his power. You know what I'm saying? And to destroy those that hate him and hate his people. Right? So let's get Isaiah. And if any brother that's able to click on the link as well, if you're able to click on the live, please do so. You know what I'm saying? I'm in need of some shooters, some heavy hitters, man. Back your brother up, man. All right. All right. Shalom, shalom. So we got a brother from Tampa checking in. Shalom, Troop. Trooper Gabar, Yahav. You know what I'm saying? Type in the chat. Let us know what it's looking like in Tampa right now or in the area you at. I know you're nearby Tampa or off the coast. So go ahead and type in the chat, man. Let us know what's going on out there. All right. So we're going to go to Isaiah 29. And we're going to start at 29 I want. Yeah, we're going to start at verse 6. Isaiah 29, verse 6. Like I mentioned too, man, if any brother that's able to click on the link, I put it on the YouTube chat. You got any troopers, officers, any brother, you know what I'm saying? Click on the link. All right. Isaiah 29 reads 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and with great noise and with storm and tempest. Right? This is talking about the Lord visiting the earth to bring about judgment on this earth. And when he comes through, he ain't going to meet you face to face. He ain't got to do all of that. He ain't got to plead with you and try to get you to change your life or to know that he exists. All these hurricanes and storms, this is nothing that your oppressor can't predict, right? These meteorologists on the news, they try to track them to the best of their ability. And they do have, some sort of technology that can track it, some sort, you know what I'm saying? But the Lord is in control of these storms and he can move it any direction that he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? They're projecting it to hit the coast. He can make it, go all the way across Florida, then go back down and do 360, then go back towards Louisiana. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord is in control of these storms. You know what I'm saying? All right. All right. The brother from Tampa, trooper from Tampa, said it's not too bad. It's pretty come right now, just a little bit rain. Right. Okay. Most High in Christ, man. You know what I'm saying? I know they was talking about that it's going to touch down probably tomorrow night or Thursday. All right. And like I'm reading right now, you know what I'm saying? The Lord is bringing about these storms, man. You know what I'm saying? This is the Lord judging this. These hurricanes are no joke. They no joke, man. Category 3, 4. You know what I'm saying? I've been in Florida all my life. You know what I'm saying? I didn't experience a few hurricanes. Right? And they are no joke. They can cause some damage, right? Some fatalities. You know what I'm saying? All of that is by the hands of the Most High, right? So let's continue on. I'm going to read verse 6 again, right? Isaiah chapter 29, verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder, right? When the thunder and when the lightning strikes, right? With earthquakes, right? When the earth trembles, when the ground shakes. I also lived in California as well, too. You know, so I experienced a minor earthquake while I was over there, nothing too major, but that is nothing to play with neither. Right? You got countries and other places around the world that be having major earthquakes. Japan, you know what I'm saying, killing thousands of people, hundreds of people. in the Middle East, all type of places, man, diverse places. All this is being done by God. God is making this happen, right? Read on. Let me read on. And great noise, and with storm and tempest, right? What do you think a tempest is? What you think a storm? And what is that talking about? Somebody type in the chat if y'all can tell me the definition of the word tempest. Somebody grab me that definition. Y'all able to type it in the chat. All right, the storm and tempest. What do you think that's talking about? Great noise, thundering. Mhm. Somebody grab me that definition. Go ahead and put the definition in the chat. Violent windstorm. A violent windstorm. Y'all exactly right. You know what I'm saying? Both of y'all exactly right. Right? What do you think that's describing today? It's talking about the typhoons and hurricanes, tsunamis, right? All these storms, the hurricanes Ian, Hurricane Irma, Hurricane Michael, whatever they name it. You know what I'm saying? It's recorded in the Bible as such, right? And the prophet Isaiah is letting you know who's creating these storms. How these storms are able to they're able to come about and move on this earth, right? All these storms and everything that happen naturally, all these disasters, everything is at the hands of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And he's bringing this about to judge those that oppose him, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think God is all love. God is all about sunshine, rainbows, happiness, all of that stuff. They just seek God for a good time and for their own pleasure. That's what most people will perceive God to be. And of course, due to the Christian church. You know what I'm saying? And like I stated, we've been to Ybor City for years prophesying in Ybor City, raising the dead. You know what I'm saying? We got mighty brothers out there organizing brothers and sisters to make sure that they're safe. They got all the necessities that they need so they can be prepared for this storm. But for everybody else who wanted to reject the Most High, who didn't want to listen to the priests and prophets out there in Ybor City, if I was you, I'd be afraid. I'd be real afraid right now. You know what I'm saying? Because you will never know what the Lord is getting ready to bring about. Right? This thing can jump up to a category 6. Right? We ain't never heard nothing like that before. But it can jump up to a category 6 and wipe out all of Florida if the Lord wants to. You know what I'm saying? Of course, here in the Isupk, we pray for mercy. You know what I'm saying? Not only for our loved ones, but for all Israel, for all the 12 tribes of Israel, that they get an opportunity to understand the Most High and do what they have to do in repenting and changing their life. So that way, when storms come through and other natural disasters and terrors on this earth and great noises and thundering and everything that we just read about, they are properly prepared and protected. Right? Your protection is only in the Most High. That's the only way you're gonna find protection. Right? It's good to be prepared, good to border up your houses and put wood on your windows, get sandbags. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole list, set up in the ISUPK to make sure brothers and sisters are taken care of. Filling up your pantries, getting water, staying in communication, which is high key important. Very important. Communicating. You know what I'm saying? Making sure everybody's taken care of. This is what we making sure we do for all of us, right? For everybody that's in the ISUPK. But we know our most important protection and our only protection comes from the Most High. That's where it all comes from. You know what I'm saying? Because if the Lord don't even get you by a storm, he'll find a way to get you. Oh yeah, best believe some way, somehow, he'll grab you. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you do what's pleasing to the Most High. And asking for his mercy. Because we all deserve that, including myself. You know what I'm saying? But this now is the time to change your life and realize who the power at hand, right? Trooper Halak Kadash says he about to walk through Tom Brady house, right? He about to tear that devil's house down. You know what I'm saying? They got all type of oppressors out there. Listen, you know, you've been a E-boy Halak. You know how it is with them oppressors out there, man. You know, they walking down Ybor City, a gun on their hip, holstered, walking down Ybor City, proud devils. You know what I'm saying? Walking around bike clubs, blades on their hip. You know, racist oppressors, man. You know, all type of millionaires living off of that coast. You got Naples that's right around there. $1 million mansions out there. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, our people starve all throughout Tampa. Our people are left without shelter and without home. Most of us had to experience what it's like to be outdoors, to not have a roof over our head, way before a storm came and knocked it down. No electricity. You know what I'm saying? All of this happening to our people and nobody gave a damn. And we had to go out there, you know what I'm saying, commanded by the Most High, under Commander General Yohana. You know what I'm saying? Go out there to raise our people up so they don't have to go through this hell alone, man. But now the Lord is going to have to answer for all the wickedness that goes on over there. All the wickedness, you know what I'm saying, that goes on all throughout this earth. The Lord has an answer for it. You know what I'm saying? And we're reading about the answer right now, right? So let me read again, right? All right. It says, what was that? I'm going to read verse 6 again. It says, thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise and with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. You know what I'm saying? This is how the Lord judges the earth. Right? He makes fire come about from volcanoes. He can make fire come out the sky from meteorites. You know what I'm saying? He can turn up the temperature in California and Arizona and Las Vegas and have you dying of heat exhaustion. He can bring hail through to have a hail stone as big as a baseball to knock you across your head. All of these things is done by the Most High. It's done by God. Now that's a lot different from what we're used to learning about when it comes to God. That's a lot different, ain't it? All right, you think God is just want to hug you all day and cuddle you all day and tell you everything's gonna be all right. Listen, if you don't change, there is a judgment set for you, and don't be surprised when you get caught up in it. All right. So let's read some more. Let me get Revelations 11:8. I'm gonna go to Revelations 11:8. All right, y'all. What's up? Most High in Christ, word. The water. Yeah, Khan. If you could type in that precept, man. I know it's somewhere in Isaiah or somewhere around there, or Samuel's, but that's a good precept. I kill, I heal, and I make alive. That's a good precept word. You can give me the verse in the script and the book as well. Oh, sure. All right. I'm going to go to, in the meantime, I'm going to go to Revelations 11. No, not 11. Go to, go to, page I want is ripped out on my Bible. No sweat. I'll get 11 and 8. It's no trouble, right? So Revelations 11 and 8, it says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. Right? The dead bodies that it's talking about is talking about the 12 tribes of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Our bodies is the one that's being left for dead. Right? Remember when Hurricane Trina came through? Right? There was bodies piled up in arenas, bodies piled up on the streets. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, the bodies that dropped by the hands of our oppressor. Right? They used to feed our babies to alligators right here in Florida. They used to take our babies and feed them to alligators. Now imagine that. Imagine somebody taking your young one, somebody taking your child. They screaming and crying while some oppressor dragging them on the ground to toss them in a lake to see them get ripped apart by an 8-foot, 9-foot alligator, man. Now that's the hell that we experience right here in Florida, man. Well, guess what? The Lord has an answer for that. You know what I'm saying? The Lord has an answer for that, man. Our dead bodies are laying here in the great city, this great city called America, who got rich off of the hard work and the hard labor of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, who got rich off of the oppression of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. This is where our bodies are being left for dead at, right? I'm going to read on. It says, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, right? Somebody tell me, why is it mentioning this great city spiritually Sodom and Egypt? Somebody type that in for me. Why is it doing that? Shalom, Yabashim. Let me know if you can hear me, boy.
Kind of so I can get my books and everything.
All right, no sweat, no sign. Crash the water hopping on. So why does it mention in Revelation the great city, which we know as America? Why does it mention it as the spiritually Sodom and Egypt? Somebody type that in. Type that in the chat. Somebody help me out. Why is it mentioning that? Because spiritually, right, or in the time of Sodom, what was it known to be? How is the city Sodom recorded in the Bible? Was it recorded as a righteous city that followed the laws of the Most High?
Salaki, it was filthy.
Filthy, right? Filthy and disgusting, man. They had 2 angels that went out there, right? Because Abraham, being a righteous man, pleaded for that city and asking the Most High to have mercy on them. So the Lord sent 2 angels to scout out to see who's righteous amongst the Sodomites. You know what I'm saying? And he ended up they end up going into a brother named Lot crib. Meanwhile, on their travel and while they got into Lot's house, man, you had a people outside of Lot's door rioting, trying to sleep with these two angels, trying to sleep with these two male angels. And it was men that was doing that, beating down the door of Lot to sleep with this angel. Now that behavior, don't that sound similar to what's being done today on this earth? You know what I'm saying? They have, listen, we be on Ybor City, like I mentioned, and the camp spot that we be at, if you go one block down, it's a gay bar right there on the strip of Ybor City. And not too long ago, it was recorded in the news where they had children going there for a field trip at this gay bar. I don't know if y'all familiar with that news. They took a field trip right here in Tampa. You know what I'm saying? Where they have drag queens and all type of abominations in this bar. And it's somebody, I don't know who did it. Somebody threw a rock through the window of the bar, ended up breaking it. You know what I'm saying? Because people know that's outrageous to do. Right? But guess what? There is nothing new under the sun. The same thing that they're doing today, guess what? They did it thousands of years ago. And this is why the Lord mentions this country as Sodom, spiritually Sodom, because it embodies the same type of vibe as Sodom and Gomorrah, where you can be a homosexual, sleep who you want to sleep with, lay down whoever you want to lay down with. Love is love. You have no restrictions or no standards when it comes to who you sleep with. You know what I'm saying? Those kids that went into that bar, man, you had people preying on them. There was in a room full of sharks, of predators, preying on those young kids. And they trying to push it on our kids as if that's something that's normal, that these people are born this way. All of this going on in Florida. Well, guess what? The Lord is going to answer for that. You know what I'm saying? He got to answer for that. You going to say something, Aussie, y'all, what's up?
I will lie, sir.
Okay, God. Trooper Halak. Trooper Halak. Salak, you hear me?
Kind of.
Okay. All right. Trooper Halak said, because it was a wicked place and it was gay, sir, Salak. Khan, you right. You know what I'm saying? It was full of homosexuals, gays, lesbians, bisexuals, transgenders, just like today. All right. The same ways the society of Sodom functioned thousands of years ago. Guess what? That's the same way America is functioning today. This is why it's spiritually Sodom. Right? Now, how about Egypt? Why does it mention Egypt as well?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Hamites weren't no different. And they was doing all type of wickedness too.
Mm-hmm. Right? They was doing all type of wickedness. What is the major crime that they're guilty of that they committed in Egypt? Shalom, triple Kanak, Yabba Shmukta.
Hey, how about Shum Shabrakatham?
Right? The major crime that's recorded in Exodus, that's recorded in Genesis, in the latter part of Genesis, in Deuteronomy.
Israel.
They what?
Mistreating Israel.
Right. They had us in captivity.
Kind of.
You know what I'm saying? We were their slaves in Egypt. Right? We were those people that was in bondage under Pharaoh. We descend from those people. We carry their same bloodline till this day. And the Lord prophesied thousands of years ago, if we didn't keep his commandments, that he would put us in bondage again. Now, here we are being the chosen people of God. We are in bondage here again in America. Right? We're not in bondage over in the land of Egypt, but we're in another land called America. And the same roles that they played 1,000 years ago is the same roles that's being displayed today. You have the white man as your slave master, and you have the 12 tribes of Israel as a slave. You know what I'm saying? And the Egyptians was out there for gunning for blood for the 12 tribes, killing our firstborn, you know what I'm saying, beating our backs, forcing us to work for Pharaoh. That's what they're doing to us today. Right? They, like I mentioned, they used to feed our babies to alligators. Feed our babies.
Salaki, you still muted, sir.
It's like, y'all can hear me?
Kind of, you swab now.
Okay.
God, okay, Most High Christ. So yeah, man, this land that we call America is spiritually Sodom and spiritually Egypt. You know what I'm saying? It's just a carbon copy of the countries that existed before. It exercises the same type of practices, the same type of laws, you know what I'm saying, the same type of affliction and oppression unto God's chosen people. All right? And let's read on. Somebody can pick it up.
Salaki, where you at, sir?
11 and 8. Revelations 11 and 8. I think that was it on that anyways. Let me get Revelations 18 and 4 instead.
Okay. Revelations chapter 18 and verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people."
To do what?
Come out of her, my people.
Right. This is John the Revelator writing this down, talking about the end times, the end prophecies that's going to come about on this earth. Right. And he wrote this thousands of years ago. And the Lord gave him the vision of what's going to happen in the last days. And these are the days that you living in right now. All the things that you see that's going on the earth, it's a great indication that you are in the last days. Nothing happens by coincidence. Right? The Lord is making everything happen, including the storms. Right? And the Lord is requiring that his chosen people come out of this hellhole. Right? Come out of this place. Right? Now, when it said come out of her, did you read that part already?
I stopped right there.
Oh, okay. And when it says come out of her, what is it talking about? Does it mean physically?
La, sir.
All right, it's talking about spiritually, right? Like we just read, this place is spiritually Sodom and spiritually Egypt. Either you are homosexual in this place or you just hate niggas. That's what it comes down to in this place. You know what I'm saying? Because that is the spirit of America. That is the spirit of this land and of our oppression. And the Lord is telling us to come out of that spirit. Come out of the spirit of America, man. Meaning the things that this world enjoys and tells you to do, you have to do the opposite. Because majority of the things that they tell you to do is against God. Right? That's including Thanksgiving. That's including Halloween, Christmas, New Year's, or whatever holidays that you're celebrating. It's all idol worship. Right? We just had the High Holy Day that passed, 2 days ago, a day ago, Memorial blowing the trumpets. You know what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters coming from all across Florida. All right, we got brothers on the road. Officer Isupk be on the road, right? You on the road again right now?
Not yet. I got another day off, and then I'm back at it.
God, you know what I'm saying? Brothers coming off their slavery to keep the commandments of the Most High, to keep the high holy days of the Most High. That's how you're going to get protection. You know what I'm saying? That's what it means to come out of it, to stop doing what this society is doing. Because it's all nothing but being a sodomite and hating black people and hating your own people and hating Hispanics and hating Native Indians. That's how this country thrives, man. But we are to be separate and to be holy as God's chosen people. Right? Read on.
Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins.
That you do what?
Be not partakers of her sins.
Right. The Lord is getting ready to judge this place. He's getting ready to judge Florida. Listen, category 4 is no joke. Category 3 is no joke. Shoot. Category 1 is no joke. All right, there's still fatalities regardless of the category. And like I stated, you know what I'm saying, we're getting all the preparations put together to making sure every brother and sister is taken care of. Moving them into the spots that they need to be moved into. But all of that does not matter if our spirit is tied to this place. All right, you want to get your spirit out of this place and fear the Most High. Serve the Most High. So that way you don't have to be partaking of the judgment that the Lord is getting ready to bring on this place. Right, read on.
And that ye receive not of her plagues. Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven.
Right, her sins has reached unto heaven. God seen those babies getting fed to alligators. God seen that. You think he forgot about slavery? Oh, slavery don't matter. Right, because the oppressor says it don't matter. Well, I guess to God it don't matter neither. Right, the oppressor is not God on earth, man. It matters to God who lives and who dies, because he's in control of that. And seeing his people as babies being fed to alligators, guess what? God do not like that, man. You know what I'm saying? And he do see that. He does remember that. You know what I'm saying? The Ocoee massacre. Right? The massacre that happened right here in Florida, where there was white mobs were responsible for the slaughter of thousands of black families, burnt down neighborhoods, all because a Negro wanted to vote. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing we're not supposed to be doing neither. But since you wanted to assimilate to white customs and culture, they got angry at you and slaughtered you by the thousands, man. Even in Tampa, right? But if I'm not mistaken, Tampa was a predominantly black city. Am I wrong? At one point in time in America, it was thriving areas in Tampa full of black people. In St. Petersburg.
Lucky, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a majority of black and natives.
Black and native.
Yeah, the natives ran it around like Okeechobee, Tampa, St. Pete, around those neighboring counties and stuff like that.
God, you know what I'm saying? Well, we was thriving, taking care of ourselves. You know why? Because we were separate. We were set apart. We did not integrate with them. We made sure we took care of our own. You know what I'm saying? And look at Tampa today. Name one thriving black community in Tampa. Name one. And we've been all through there. You know, Trooper Kanai, you too, Officer Yawasai. We've been all through there. Robles Park. What else they got out there? You know what I'm saying? They got all type of neighborhoods, man.
Like you.
Hillsborough, go ahead.
I was gonna say you hard pressed to find a thriving black city anywhere. Period.
Right.
Let alone Florida.
God, my fault. I don't mean to cut you out. Go ahead.
Oh no, you too out. And I was also going to add, you know what I'm saying? Like Canuck was saying, the Tampa area had the natives. The reason we got a lot of cities with strange names or names that they don't know what they mean is because they was named by the natives.
Mm.
The language.
Yep. You're exactly right. Names like Okeechobee, Kissimmee, you know what I'm saying? All these names are native names. Osceola, right?
Latch, Ocala. Kind of
Right. You know what I'm saying? All of these are native names. Our people used to inhabit this land. They was in control of it until the oppressor came, man, and wiped them out and got our people turning against God and serving their own flesh. But now the Lord had mercy on us and given us a second chance through our King Yahushua that we come out of her now. Now we stop what we doing, repent of our ways, and start serving God, man. Because the Lord is bringing plagues on this place. This ain't gonna be the last hurricane. Best believe this is not the last one. Right? Read on.
kind. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and
Mm-hmm.
remembered her iniquities.
God did what?
Hath remembered her iniquities.
Nah, he forgot about them.
Hath remembered her iniquities.
Nah, it's the past. Let it go.
Remembered her iniquities.
Read on.
Verse 6.
Oh, that was it?
It's some
God.
more.
There's some more? Go ahead.
Reward her even as she rewarded you,
Mm,
and double unto her double according to her works.
mm. You hear that? That's what God requires. That's justice according to God. He's not gonna let this slide. He's not gonna let this, let bygones be bygones and think it's all good. That's not what he's requiring on this earth. He requires justice on this earth. And like any court of law or any civilized nation, they understand that they put laws in place. And if you break those laws, you liable to be punished or be penalized. And even here in America, if you harm a man or even kill a man, you are liable to do jail time or even death penalty, capital punishment. You know why? Because they understand without laws, people can do whatever they want to do. Well, guess what? God is no different. He has laws and rules set in place on this earth. And he requires that his people keep those laws, statute, commandments, so they can rule this planet Earth. And anybody that breaks his laws, guess what? God will punish you and penalize you, man. And that's what this hurricane is. It's a punishment unto our enemies. You know what I'm saying? It's a sentence from God to our enemies who have persecuted us and murdered us and destroyed us for over thousands of years, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is just a minor thing, right? This is, we Floridians, some of us is used to hurricanes, right? We, somebody had, I was watching where they have hurricane parties and, drink up, right? You know what I'm saying? As a Negro, I'm not, oblivious to none of that. I fire up the grill, the hurricane come through, fire up a grill, grab a beer or two, and, get some leisure a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But this is no joke, man. You know what I'm saying? This is all being brought by the Most High, man. And those that oppose him and are enemy unto him, he is coming to bring judgment, right? Any more on that?
Just the last sentence.
All right, you go ahead.
In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Guess what, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man? You ain't got to do nothing in retaliation to your oppressor, right? You ain't got to pick up a gun. You ain't got to pick up a sword. You ain't got to get a knife. You ain't got to get an assault rifle. You ain't got to do no weaponry. None. You ain't got to do none of that, right? Of course, it's good to train and prepare yourself and, make sure you equip for anything, any possible dangers, of course. But you ain't got to go out there and harm no oppressor, man. Let God do that for you. You know what I'm saying? And the same cup that he rewarded us with and killing our babies and killing our sons and daughters and killing our loved ones, guess what? God is going to come through in the name of a hurricane and kill their babies and kill their loved ones. You know what I'm saying? And we pray that all the 12 tribes get some shelter, right? Just like in the time of Egypt. While the Lord was plaguing the Egyptians, the Israelites are straight. You know what I'm saying? We pray that all the 12 tribes are straight so they can come up in here, man. So we can snatch all these souls out here, these lost souls out here, and come to come back and serve the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Because every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian is precious blood. But what we do pray for, when these storms come through and these natural disasters come through, that they destroy all our enemies, man. All those that hate us, man. Right? Let's get the I kill one. That's a good precept.
Okay.
Anything y'all brothers want to add, man, feel free to add.
I got Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 39.
Okay, what that say?
See now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me.
Right, there is no power but the Most High power, the God of this Bible, the God of so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That is the only true living God, the creator of all things that's living on this earth, including the planet Earth. From the heavens to the earth that we walk on and to the sea below. Everything was created by our God, the nigga God, right? Read on.
I kill.
He does what?
I kill.
He does what?
I kill.
Uh-oh. Not my Jesus.
I
Okay.
kill.
Right. Go ahead.
I kill and I make alive.
Right. Guess what? The Lord, he kills and he makes alive. Right? He is merciful, right? That's recorded in the Bible as one of his greatest attributes. The fact that he's willing to show mercy. But at the same time, the Lord is not passive. Like they portray him to be. All right? He does want justice on this earth. He wants order on this earth. He wants things to be right on this earth. Think about it. This planet, man, it took time for him to create that. He took his time, man. You go outside and see, look at some of these mountains that's out here. Some of these sceneries, man. There's some great wonders on this earth, man. But unfortunately, due to our oppression, some of us are confined to just a street corner, to just a block. So we don't know anything outside our neighborhood, man. But God created this planet to be a paradise. He created this place to be a paradise, man. But the problem with it is the people that's in control of this place are wicked, man. Are evil and destroying what God put in place and created on this earth. So you know what God got to do? He got to get rid of them. And you know how he gets rid of them? He kills them, man. With the hurricane, with earthquakes, with hail, with fire, with heat waves, tidal waves, terrorism, all type of natural disasters, man. This is how the Lord judges the earth, right? Read on.
I wound and I heal.
He does what?
I wound and I heal.
He wounds and he heals, man. He has the power to do so, man. You can't pray this hurricane away like the Christian church will make you think you can do. Right? They think it's the act of the devil. It's the act of Satan for a hurricane to come and blow up their house. That must be the devil. That must be Satan. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? There is no power but the Most High power. Satan don't have the power to take away life, but God do. Satan don't have power to wound and to heal, but God does. You know what I'm saying? And when he comes through and blow your house down, just know who did it. No, it was God that did it, man. Because you don't want to follow him. because you've been oppressing his people. This is what God does on this earth, right? Any more on that?
Kind.
Go ahead.
Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Nobody. You can pray to Allah all you want. That ain't gonna stop this hurricane. Pray to Buddha. All right, let's see what Buddha can do. Maybe he could use his fat belly to shield all of Florida from this hurricane. All right? Who else they got? Shiva, whatever you worship out there, Rastafarian, whatever you think you following. Right? Ain't none of it can save you from the fury and the anger of the Most High. The God of this Bible is alive. He is real, man. And you witnessing it right now in today's time. In about 2 days, Tampa gonna witness that God is real. You know what I'm saying? Any more on that?
Allah, sir.
All right, let's drop that. Let me get or if y'all got any other precepts, we can use those too. But let me get Proverbs, not Proverbs, Job 9:24. Job 9:24. Let's get that real quick, Job.
Kind, sir.
All right, you got that from me, Roy?
Kind.
Now you get down, soldier.
The book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
He said, what?
The earth is given unto the hand of the wicked.
Right. The earth, like we mentioned, is talking the planet that we exist on. This rock that we live on called planet Earth. The Bible is saying this whole planet has been given into the hands of the wicked. Right now, anybody who wants to thoroughly examine that, all you have to do is look to see who is in control of this whole planet Earth. Right? Now, if you look at who controls North America, you will find it to be who?
So-called white man.
So-called white man rules America. He is your president. He is on your dollar bill. He tells you when to clock in and when to clock out. Right? Who rules in Central and South America? Who colonized it? Right? So-called white man, right? Right? We already know the obvious answer, right? That's why our people brothers is speaking Spanish and Portuguese, right? You know how far away South America is from Portugal? What is those people doing speaking Portuguese? You know how? It's through colonization, man. Through oppression, being forcibly to conform to white society and white culture and white language. Right? Who else? What else they colonized and conquered? Who conquered Africa? Most countries in Africa. Who rules in Europe? Who rules in Australia? Who's in war in the Middle East right now, bombing it to piss because they're fighting for the control of the Middle East? Who dropped bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki to control and dictate what Japan does? Well, the common denominator will always equal to your oppressor, the so-called white man, man. So by default, that should tell you he's what? By default, if I'm reading this verse and I know that he rules everything on this earth, by default, I should know he's what?
Lucky, he's wicked.
He's the wicked. Get a brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? He is wicked, man. You know what I'm saying? The Bible calling him wicked. Now, is it because his skin color? Is it because his blonde hair, blue eyes? Right? It ain't because of that. Is it because he puts no seasoning on his food? Even though that he deserves it. But it ain't because of that. That ain't the reason. You know what I'm saying? It's because the crimes and the acts that he committed against his chosen people, man. Like how we mentioned, the reason why he has power on this earth is not through love and peace and holding hands and kumbaya. He gained control of North America, Central America, South America, Africa, Europe, Australia, the Middle East, Japan. He gained control of all these other areas on this earth through slaughter and bloodshed, man. This is how he gained power on this earth, like somebody wicked would do. Somebody that's wicked, they're gonna gain. They depend their success on their murder, on their crimes. They do it without no morality. You know what I'm saying? Because your oppressor is a criminal, man. And the Bible is calling him out, right? Let's read on.
Okay. He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
He does what?
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
What is that talking about?
It's lucky.
Go ahead.
That's talking about how he changed the look of our prophets, our priests and our prophets, and the look of our King Yahushua. He made him into a white boy. He made all Israel white.
Good night.
The judges.
Damn right. So damn right. You know what I'm saying? You're exactly right. You know what I'm saying? He done took all the prophets of God, all the holy and righteous men that's written up in this Bible, including our glorious and holy King Yahushua, and turn them out to depict the image of a murderer. Made him look like what's that serial killer called? Charles Manson, right? That's his name. They took a great black man from Nazareth and turned him into a serial killer. Because your oppressor is the wicked, man. In the same way he has laws against identity theft here in America, guess what? God has laws against that as well. He stole the identity of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. These are not our true identities. Black is a color. Hispanic is the language of which the conquistadors enforced on the natives and the indigenous people of this land. You know what I'm saying? Native Indian is not an identity. Or Native American is not an identity. These identities was placed upon us through slavery and oppression and colonization, man. And our oppressors stripped us of our culture and told us we was African American. Told us we was Puerto Rican. Told us we was Jamaicans. Told us we was Mexicans, Cubans, so forth and so on. Gave us all these other names because he covered the faces of the judges, man. Because he made sure that you will never find out who you are. But if you read in this book, you'll find out Solomon is black. Christ is black. All the great men that's written of, the chosen people of God, they all black. Hispanic and Native Indian. But your oppressor made sure that you'll never find that out. So you know what he gave you? Gave you Caesar Borgia. Gave you Charles Manson to worship. He gave you all type of false idols that you bow down and thinking that is God, man. When there's nothing but the wicked. Right? Any more on that?
Sir.
Go ahead.
If not, where and who is he?
Man, ain't that a good question?
Right.
That's a hell of a question. I would love to find that out. I mean, if this is not talking about the so-called white man, then who is it talking about? I mean, damn, show me Chinese Jesus. Show me the East Indian Jesus. Everybody knows every time they see an image of Jesus Christ, it's always depicted as a white man. You will find no other variation of Jesus Christ but the Charles Manson version. That's all you'll find. Because this is definitely pointing towards the so-called white man, man. He is the wicked on this earth. And the Lord is getting rid of the wicked, man, little by little, until the final judgment on this earth when our King returns. But in the meantime, He's going to bring in earthquakes. He's going to bring in hurricanes. He's going to make more terrorist attacks happen on this earth. He's going to make more natural disasters, all type of deaths and killings and all type of stuff on this earth, man. More wars, bombings, all type of stuff, man. Because He's judging the wicked of this earth, man. All right. Any more on that? That was it, right?
Con out of my con.
Okay, kind. Y'all ain't got no precepts? Anything y'all want to add?
The white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right. Damn right. Yeah, right. Let's get Zephaniah 2:1.
Kind out of one kind.
Go ahead.
Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Right. He is requiring a particular nation to gather themselves together. And He's describing this nation as not desired. Now, how we mentioned by default who the wicked was in Job 9:24, by default in Zephaniah 2:1, who would this be talking about? Who is the number one nation on this earth that's not desired?
Israel, Slacky.
Damn right. You're exactly right, word. You know what I'm saying? Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We are not desired. You know how I know? Because our babies was fed to alligators, man. That's how I know. Because we get pulled over the street, in the street, just for having black skin. We get deported from our families and separated from our loved ones just because you have brown skin. We are the nation that's not desired on this earth, man, without an identity, without a culture, without a language, or without a land or custom on this earth, man. Well, the Lord is telling us and commanding us that we gather together. And the only way you're going to gather together is under the Isupk, man. Everybody else is trying to divide and spread apart. The Isupk is where you're going to find protection. Is where you're going to be prepared for hurricanes. Is where you're going to be prepared for natural disasters and plagues on this earth. Where you will find shelter and all the necessities that you need, from food, shelter, clothing, is right here in the Isupk for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. And the Lord commanded us that we gather ourselves together. All right, read on.
Oh, Slacky, I was reading when I'm tripping.
Nah, you good. You go ahead.
I had 2 and 1 in the middle. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Verse 2. Before the decree brings, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself together before the Lord's anger comes upon you. Right? This is the Lord showing His anger through this storm. That violent wind that you hear breezing by, the loud thunders and the heavy rain, man, that could make anybody afraid, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, the Lord is trying to show you that He's angry, that He is upset of what's going on this earth. So He bring these things to come about. What He asking us is to gather together so we don't be partaking in the plagues that's meant for our oppressors, man. This storm was not designed for you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. He sent it is for our oppressors. But we usually get caught up in a crossfire because we don't want to separate. We don't want to gather together. We don't want to follow the Most High under Commander Jenny Yohana. So we get caught up in the crossfire, man. Where the Lord is saying that you should gather your nation together. Get your people off of drugs. Get their mind right. Get your people focused and ready to make a move when necessary. Ready to evacuate when necessary. Ready to do the things that's necessary for our survival, man. That is our job and our obligation on this earth. All right? Without an identity, man, you don't have a purpose. I'm straight up, straight up. You know what I'm saying? You have no, why you think these other nations pride themselves on the countries that they come from? Right? Meet a person from Europe. Oh, I'm from Italy. I'm from France. They pride themselves on that. Oh, I'm from Nigeria. I'm from Ghana. Right? Because it gives them a sense of value. It gives them purpose. That they live for something greater than themselves on the earth. That they have a whole country that they're obligated to. But our people, we don't have the natural necessities that every other nations have on this earth. Like a land and a language and a custom. So we walk around with no desire to do something meaningful. Just living a vain lifestyle. Because we lost our identity, man. And by getting your identity and getting your nation back together, guess what? You'll live a life of purpose. You'll know what it means to do something meaningful on this life. Instead of doing something just to please you for 5 seconds or 10 seconds. Your identity and your culture is everything on this earth. And the Lord is requiring that you come back to it, right? Drop that. Where I want to go to next, man. Y'all got any good ones? Like I said, we usually in the library every Tuesday, 6:30 to 8:30, but they shut the library down because of the storm that's coming through, right? Because of the storm that's coming through. So once this storm passes, we'll be back in Hart Memorial Library, downtown Kissimmee. All right. Somebody grab me where it says you can discern the sky when it's red. It say a storm's coming through, but not know the signs of the times. Papa Kasha.
It's a lucky, sir.
Come go ahead, Warrior.
And if I may,
Mm-hmm.
what people got to be careful of, what they seen and doing a lot is they taking the glory of the Most High and giving it to the oppressor, saying like, oh, you know, they can make hurricanes, they can make storms, they can do this, they can make earthquake, they can create different weathers and this and that and that. So the people, so the natural fear of the Lord is gone. Like they don't fear what the Lord can do, and the Lord has to come with strong storms and monkeypox and coronavirus to let them know that he is the most high power. And ain't nothing beside him. Ain't nobody can deliver us out of his hand or deliver his enemies out of his hands when he trying to when he come to step down.
Damn right.
Ain't nobody gonna save you. Then the Lord is the one that make all this stuff. And you can see how, like, I don't mean to be long winded, but you can see how they got all these trajectories of where it gonna go. Like the other day, it was like it's gonna be over here. Then the next day, it's gonna be over there. The next day, it's gonna be under us. It's gonna be on top of us. That thing coming straight for us. It gonna go wherever the Lord tell us to go.
Right.
Tell it to go. So stop giving the Most High glory to the oppressor.
Damn right, man. Damn right. So I'm glad that you mentioned that, man. I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because all of you conspiracy theory nuts out there, man, who afraid of a needle and afraid of all of these things and just bat nuts crazy out of your mind, out of all the stuff that you watch on the internet, man. You want to give all the glory that the Lord do on this earth some damn secret society, to NASA, to whoever you think is doing it. Look, I'm here to hip you to something. A white man is not God. He does not control the weather. He doesn't. I don't care what technology he has. He may have the greatest weather technology on this earth. He still cannot control the weather. He can try all he wants. There's things on this earth that your oppressor just cannot figure out. He just cannot understand. And the weather, trust me, is one of them. It's very unpredictable. I'm from Florida. I know the weather is very unpredictable. Because you know why? Because the Most High is in control, man. You need to get off the internet. Stop smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? Stop clicking on everybody who you think sounds smart. You know what I'm saying? All these conspiracies. Yes, I'm sure there's a secret society of white people that want to kill us. Because guess what? They've been doing it for 400 years. I'm pretty sure they want to do that. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? They're not doing it through the weather. You know how they're doing it? They're doing it through the Christian church. Right? That's even more worse, right? You know what I'm saying? You weren't about Illuminati. Guess what? Your pastor is just as evil as them. The Christian church is just as evil as them. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you learn and serve the Most High and fear him, and you ain't got to worry about the Illuminati. You ain't got to worry about no secret society or no government program that's looking to destroy you. You know what I'm saying? Because there is one power that rules and make alive and kill and heal on this earth. And that is the Most High God. And I'd rather fear him before I ever put my fear in any devil. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy you mentioned that. So you got that for me. Anybody got that verse I called?
Sir. It was Matthew 16, right?
Matthew 16. Get down with it.
You want me to start at the beginning or start right at the
Yeah, start me at verse 1, Bible shot.
Matthew chapter 16 and verse 1. The Pharisees also with the Sadducees came, and tempting desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven.
Right. You know what I'm saying? They was tempting the Most High because they didn't believe in Yahweh Shah. They didn't believe that he was a man of God, man. So they wanted him to do some old crazy miracle. Right? Like what was this? Not too long ago, CERN. Remember people was talking about CERN on the internet? Guess what? I didn't see no portal opened up in the sky. Remember you Negroes and the conspiracy theories and Alex Jones groupies was talking about 5G towers that's coming to zap your brain out. Guess what? The iPhone 14 just dropped. And if you got, guess what? If you got it, guess what? You got 5G sickness now. You know what I'm saying? You need to stop watching TV, man. There is no 5G towers. There is no CERN that's opening the portal. There is no weather controlling NASA program. None of that, man. You know what I'm saying? What you need to do is understand the signs of the times that's going on before you right here on this earth by the hands of the Most High. That's what you need to understand. That these hurricanes is by God. This wars that's going on is by God. Monkeypox, COVID-19 is all by God, man. Yeah, that too. Your oppressor did not make COVID-19 in the lab. You know what I'm saying? God made COVID-19. You know what I'm saying? And he cleared out the earth in 2020. You couldn't even go outside for a whole year. There was reports where they had exotic animals roaming the streets again. You know why? Because your behind could not be outside, man. The Lord made the earth stand still in 1 year. And that was by the hands of God, man. So realize you in the last days. This is the return of our King, right? Read on.
Verse 2. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say, it will be fair weather, for the sky is red.
Right. Is it that like what we just talked about, what Trooper Canuck mentioned? They trying to project the weather. They're trying to project it's going to go this way. It's going to go that way. It's going to go right here. It's not going to touch us. Maybe it's going to touch us. It's going to be a category 2, or no, it's a 4, no, it's a 1. They think they can discern the skies and all of that stuff, right? They see all of these things and they think they can predict everything that's going to happen on this earth. You know what I'm saying? But God got something new in mind, right? Read on.
Verse 3, and in the morning it will be foul weather today. Sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times?
Right. You can predict when a hurricane is being formed, but you can't realize that you need to stop being wicked. Oh, you know where the hurricane is going to turn at and where it's going to go in the night and what time it's going to make landfall. But you don't know you got to stop killing blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You don't know you got to stop oppressing his chosen people. That you don't even consider. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand that shit living in the last days. The black man by the name of Jesus Christ is coming to bring judgment on this earth. That you don't even know. You don't even know that God is the one that's bringing this hurricane through. That's piloted by the angels. You don't even know that, man. You know what I'm saying? This is being done by the Most High, man. Because this is the place of hypocrites, where they say one thing and they do a complete other. They expect God to bless them all day and shower them with gifts all day, every day, because they think they're so much of a good person. Meanwhile, you're living the most wicked lifestyle on this earth. And God is getting ready to blow your riches down. Those mansions that you put millions behind off of the coast, 2-story cribs, 5-car garage, 3-story, 5-story cribs, 16 bedrooms, for what? Meanwhile, niggas is living on the streets, man. 16-bedroom house for one Edomite to live in. No sweat. What's fair is fair, man. You know what I'm saying? God will come and bring judgment on this earth, man. And you ain't gonna know what's gonna happen. You ain't gonna see it coming. Make all the predictions you want. You know what I'm saying? We pray that the Lord turn up the heat on this place. Well, not with just hurricanes, but with more war and more plagues and more destruction. You know why? Because that is a sign of our salvation. Right? Read on.
Okay. I'm on verse 4. A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign.
Like this generation, this time that we live in right now, just as wicked as the time of Christ. Read on.
And there shall no sign be given unto it.
Shall be what?
No sign shall be given unto it.
Why you typing on the computer looking for NASA weather program and looking for CERN so you can decode all the signs and all the government programs on this earth and decode the Illuminati? Guess what? You're wasting your time, man. The only clear-cut sign is God is coming to judge this earth. That you are wicked and God is upset with you. That is your clear-cut sign, man. That you need to change your life. All that other information is nonsense, man. What God says to do, that's what's important. Right? Read on.
There shall no sign be given unto it but the sign of the prophet Jonas.
Right, of the sign of who?
The prophet Jonas.
What is that talking about? What that mean? Anybody?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Is that talking about when Jonas was sent to warn the people of Nineveh that destruction was going to come, and if they didn't repent, that the Lord was going to destroy the city?
Exactly right. Get a brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? Jonas was sent by the Most High to warn the people of destruction, to warn the people of God's plagues on this earth, to let them know if you do not change your life, God is coming to destroy Nineveh. You know why? Because Jonas was a sign unto them. They thought they sign was gonna come from some internet conspiracy theory. That's what they signed. Yeah, that's what they thought, or some portal in the sky, or some weatherman or something like that. The only sign God is gonna give you is His prophets, man. The brothers that you see on your screen right now, on your YouTube or on your Facebook. This is the sign you're gonna get. Regular Negroes with braids and boots. That's your sign, man. You know what I'm saying? You trying to look for some intelligent decoding of Illuminati. Guess what? You will never find the secrets of the Most High. What you need to do is listen to the priests and prophets of the Lord. When we tell you that these storms is coming and plagues is coming, listen to us, man. Next time you see us in Ybor City on 7th Avenue, guess what? Listen to us, man. Because we just might be telling you something that can save your life. Right? Any more there? You can drop that. Go ahead.
I said kind of.
Oh, okay. No sweat. Any other precepts, man? What y'all got, man? What's up?
I had a question about one earlier. I don't know where it's located though.
Oh yeah.
When you was bringing up, you know what I'm saying, how they use the babies as gator bait, and then how the Most High say He's gonna return unto them double. Scripture. I want to say Psalms, where He said, "Happy shall thy be to take thy little ones and dash them against the stone."
God, yeah. You want to grab that? I think that's Psalms 137, right? That's a good precept. Yeah, man. They used to feed our babies to alligators, man. And think about it. When the storm comes, guess what? The water rises. And everybody knows that Florida's filled with gators, man. Filled with gators. And as these waters rise, guess who's going to be swarming in those waters? You on your speedboat looking for the next shelter, making sure your family's straight on the rooftop. Guess what? You're surrounded by gators. Surrounded by all the predators of the sea. Because they all get washed ashore in a hurricane. You know what I'm saying? This is the Lord judgment, right? You got that word?
I don't know what kind, sir.
Get that. Oh, you had a question on it, or you just wanted to go through that?
Where it was at. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Psalms 137 and verse 8. Of Babylon, who art to be destroyed.
Who's that talking about?
Talking about America.
Right, the daughter of Babylon. It's written and recorded in Revelations as the great city of Babylon, the great whore of Babylon. You know what I'm saying? Who had his people in captivity. This is what America mimics its society after. Right? Read on.
Happy shall he be.
Happy what?
Happy shall he be.
Read on.
That rewardeth thee as thou hast served us.
That does what?
That thou hast served us.
Guess what, man? That brings joy into a righteous man's eyes, man. Not because we're so vengeful and we're so hateful like all you others love to claim and put that stigma on the Isupk. It's because we understand love and we understand justice, man. And when somebody harms our loved ones, it's by common sense and natural reaction, you should want justice for it. You should want the perpetrator to pay for the harm that they committed against their loved ones, man. And that's the only way you're going to find any relief. Ask anybody in a trial, any victim of a trial. They ain't going to find any relief or any type of retribution until that judge slams that gavel. They understand that justice must be served in order for them to feel at ease for the harm that have committed against them, man. Well, guess what? We're going to be at ease when we see our oppressors get put to death, man. We're going to be at ease when we see our oppressors get judged the same way we got judged. That's what brings us joy. Justice, man. Righteousness. That's what brings us joy. because we love our people, man. Right? Read on.
Verse 9. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
Who wrote this? Who's you wrote this book, y'all? What's up? That must be you. Yeah, you all hate group Negroes, man, writing all this hateful stuff, man. Who wrote this? Who's this? This is not King David writing this?
Hey, some wrote it. Salakia.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's recorded in the Bible that King David was a man after the Lord's own heart. How is a righteous man after the Lord's heart, King David, writing this in the Bible? You know why? Because King David understood what the Most High was about. He understood that the God was not just about love and forgetting everything and let's just forgive and hold hands. That's not what God is about, man. King David understood God is about justice. And he knew and he understood the justice that he needs to get on this earth is by serving the punishment unto those that afflicted him. They say unto those that afflicted him the same way that he was afflicted, man. He understood that, man. And our oppressor has afflicted us for over 400 years. And not only grown adults, but he took young babies and fed them to alligators. Even the Trail of Tears, right? When he marched Seminole Indians from Florida all the way and pushed them out west to places like Oklahoma and Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? Marched them, right? And anybody who would slow down the line while Andrew Jackson was forcing them out of Florida, anybody that was slowing down the line, right, they would get punished. And I mean anybody. So you even had pregnant women at that time who had to march from their own home, right, because of some wicked devil. And these women, of course, being pregnant, cannot make such a great journey. So sometimes they'll, try to catch their breaths or slow down or stop or something. You know what our oppressor did? You know what Andrew Jackson did? The man that's on the $20 bill? He would take those pregnant women, cut their bellies open, rip the babies out of their mothers' bellies, and slam the heads of those babies across a stone. Now that's brutality. You know what I'm saying? And that's written in the fabric of American history. And they even glorify him. He's on your $20 bill. He's on your $20 bill, man. But guess what? You know what justice looked like for that? Somebody tell me what justice looked like. Is it kumbaya? Is it forgiving? What does justice look like for what happened to the natives? Or to the babies that was fed to alligators? Go ahead. Somebody help me out. What does justice look like? Go ahead.
You said, what does justice look like?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I might be off topic, but I often say the battle of little big red horn or little red horn when they slaughtered them devils when they met them in war. And what his name was, Custard, or what his name was.
Mm-hmm.
I know that ain't God's judgment,
Right.
justice, but I'm just saying at least they did get a little bit of getting
Right.
that for the Trail
God.
of Tears. Salakia.
God, got they licking. You know what I'm saying? Which is a righteous retaliation. Nothing vengeful about that. A righteous retaliation, but there's going to be a even greater retaliation on this earth. And that's going to be done by the hands of God, man. In the same way they slaughter us and slaughter our young ones and slaughter our babies, guess what? When Christ returns, guess what? He's going to slaughter their young ones and slaughter their babies, man. Because that is justice according to God.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
And you know what I'm saying? You ain't even bring up the disease blankets that they was giving to people to travel. You know what I'm saying?
God.
And
Smallpox. God, go ahead. My bad.
to add salt to injury, you know what I'm saying? They still doing these same type of things today. Our women right now, Black, Hispanic, and Native American women go missing to the tune of over 200,000 a year.
God, you're exactly right, Warrior. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Native women are at the highest rate of missing women in America.
Kind.
Ah, you know what I'm saying? You see that? We all suffering the same plagues, man. And who you think is making all this happen on this earth? If America is so righteous and so God fearing and so holy and so Christian and so loving, they would have made sure that God laws was enforced on this earth. They would have made sure that God ways was pushed and empowered on this earth, man. But ain't nothing righteous is being produced out of America. Ain't nothing godly being produced out of America. This is where your children go missing. This is where your sons and daughters get slaughtered at, man. This is where your babies get raped and pillaged at, man. On this land right here. You know how many countless acts of crimes America is guilty for? I mean, damn, in Genesis it says the blood of our brother Abel cries unto me. Imagine all the blood that has been spilled on this earth, crying for justice, man. Crying to be redeemed. And guess what? God is not going to let that slide, man. He ain't going to let it slide for the thousands and millions of deaths by the hands of our oppressor. Guess what? God is going to kill 1 million more. Go ahead, Soldier.
No, it's like, sir, I didn't mean to cut you off. I mean,
Nah, you good word.
no, like just like Officer Yawasat was saying about our native sisters missing. The natives have the highest rate of unsolved murders and crimes in America too, because anything that happened on their reservation, they got a law. In some places, they got a law where the federal government can't investigate, like they can't intervene.
God, good night. So they just leave them out unsolved, right?
Yeah, but they gotta solve them themselves. They gotta find out what happened to them. Like either it's like Officer Y'all Shop said, either they missing or they done been murdered.
Look at that, man. They just left them out to die. Left them out to die. You stole all their resources, all their means of survival. Now they have to sit in some reservation drinking alcohol all day because they're so depressed because they once used to rule this land called America. And you just let them sit there and wither away and die. And you think God, who cares? Who cares, right? Yeah, God don't care about that. But guess what? God do care, man. And you're going to find out how much he cares when this hurricane hit. You're going to find out. You're going to find out how much he cares when World War III pops off. You're going to see how much God cares when all these plagues happen on this earth and our king return, man. All right? Any more on that? That was it, right? All right, so what else we want to grab? What else we going to grab?
Salaki, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
Like how you were saying earlier about the priests and the prophets of the Lord are the men in the Isupk. Remember when we went to camp and that man and there was just this Saturday we went to camp and the guy who you was engaging with was saying, "Man, look at y'all. Y'all look like y'all ready for war. Y'all dressed like y'all ready for war." and that made me think, you know what I'm saying? That was good to hear him say that because there ain't no cowards in the UPK, but
yeah, right.
It made me think of that one scripture where Yahushua was saying what y'all came to see a man in soft clothing?
Okay,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
God.
It made me think of that joint because when they look at us, they think we weird. They think we
Mm-hmm.
dress crazy. They think we look weird. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I know they saying in their head like these niggas can't be of the Lord. Like these niggas
Right.
ain't. You know what I'm saying? These niggas ain't serving the Lord. They ain't following the Lord. These niggas got braids. These niggas got these shirts with they got the pants with the fringes on the bottom and boots, and these niggas look rough. These niggas like they're ready to
Mm-hmm.
fight. They can't be of the Lord because
God. Damn right.
Christianity down watered the men of the Lord down.
Mm-hmm.
They got them thinking you're supposed to be all soft and wearing these old homosexual ass suits and
Mm-hmm.
talking all
Damn right.
like mashed potatoes and shit.
God.
Salaki.
Damn
But
right.
Salaki, but that made
Damn
me think
right.
of your Howard shot when I thought about that. Like he was
Damn
our
right.
spirit man, so the niggas that was rolling with him they couldn't be looking weak either.
Mm-hmm.
And
Damn
it
right.
ain't so that's
Nah,
I
go
just
ahead. Go
wanted to
ahead.
say no, so like so I don't mean to be long winded, but I
Nah, you
just wanted to
good.
say like when you see them niggas on the corners telling you they for their people and try to warn you and trying to get you to come back and serve the Lord in truth and in spirit the right way,
Mm-hmm.
don't think that them niggas don't follow the Lord or they don't serve the Lord, they're not of the Lord.
Damn
They're
right,
more
son.
than anybody that you could possibly meet.
Damn right, man. Damn right. Give it up, man. Damn right, man. You know what I'm saying? This is where men of God are produced at. Here in the ISUPK. We make real men of God here in the ISUPK. Not that old watered down stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't wear no purple. Well, if you want to wear purple, you could, but we ain't got no obligation to wear purple. We have no obligation to want to have sex with a child who just had her flower. We have no obligation to join white people, to join Africans. We have no obligations to be like any of you niggas. You know what I'm saying? But our desire is to serve the Most High. And how his spirit is how our spirit is supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Let's get both of them first. Let me get the Exodus 15:3, and then we'll jump to the reed blowing in the wind. Right? The sister said, had Waka Flocka saying they too militant. He supposed to be right. He's supposed to be a killer. You know what I'm saying? We got Waka Flocka on tape, on video, saying verbatim that we are too militant. Ain't that something? Waka Flocka was one of the cats I used to listen to back in the days when I wanted to fight somebody.
Like
You know what I'm
I think
saying?
go hard in the paint.
Right, yeah, go hard in the paint. When that Waka come on, oh, let's do it. It's a wrap at that party. The party's shut down. It's over.
That's a hype. Just the
Right, you
theme
know
music
what
first. You about to go get off. You about to go through.
I'm
Rough
saying?
some fellas up. You gotta get the hype music going, get the blood pumping, huh?
Right. All to find out he was a fraud all along. Mm-mm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You were just a fraud, man. Talking about we too militant. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? The problem is it is not that we are too militant, it's that you are too soft. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? And the man that serves God can be as strong as he want to be as long as he's following his Bible. We so afraid of strong black men because we think he gonna shoot up the neighborhood and beat on his woman and sell drugs. You know what I'm saying? A strong black man serves the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that real quick in Exodus 15:3.
kind of Exit chapter 15 and verse 3. The Lord is a man of war.
The Lord is what?
A man of war.
The Lord, Yahweh in Hebrew, talking about the Most High that governs this earth and created all things living. It says that he is a man of war. Talking about the spirit of the Most High, the vibe of the Most High. Now let's examine that a little bit further. Like, think about warfare, right? And all the ways you can go about in the war. all the attributes of war and all the casualties of war. All of that comes with it in being a warrior. Meaning sometimes you have to be in stealth mode. Sometimes you have to catch them by surprise. Sometimes you have to arm up and go head to head. Sometimes you probably will fall back and make them think you retreat and ambush them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to strategize on what the next move is. All of that goes into warfare. You know what I'm saying? And all that the Most High has a hand in, man. He is the most strategic, equipped being for war. He knows what to do to wipe somebody out. Hell, not too long, remember the virus that was being spread by mosquitoes not too long ago? I think it was it the Zika? Y'all remember that?
Kind of.
And it was saying that it was spreading through a mosquito bite. Imagine that.
They had a few of those.
Yeah, They had
West,
go ahead, my bad.
the West Nile and the Zika came from the mosquitoes.
See that? The Most High is so cold in warfare that he can send a mosquito through to wipe you out. That's how badass he is, man. It says the Lord is a man of war, and anybody coming to serve him, guess you how you gotta be. You gotta be a man of war too. Is it or not? What did it say that the Lord is? If you claim you got the Spirit of God, right? Like most of these pastors do, or they got God in their heart. When did you be a soldier too? When did you be a strong black man? When did you stand up for your nation? But y'all just a bunch of cowards, man. Not warning the people of the plagues here in America.
That's right.
Not warning the people of the hurricanes and all the warfare that's going to happen here on this earth. But you rather just be comfortable and be soft because that's what pays here in America. That's what benefits you in America. But in the near future, there is going to be a new breed of men on this earth. We ain't going to be afraid to tell it like it is. We ain't going to be afraid to tell a woman to shut her mouth. We ain't going to be afraid to get their household in order. We're not going to be afraid to call the white man the devil in front of his face, man. And it's happening now here in the Isupk. Get the Lord a hand for that. You know what I'm saying? It's happening now. You know what I'm saying? We are the last of a dying breed, man. It's such a shame. You claim you're a soldier. You claim you're a warrior. Well, come into Isupk, man. What they say? Gangsters don't die. What they say? They moved down south to Miami, some bull crap like that. I forgot how to say it goes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead, my bad.
It's lucky, sir. I was going to say they sang it in the churches, but they don't mean it.
Mm-hmm.
You remember they come in there on first Sunday or third Sunday, and the choir come in there singing, "I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord." But they don't mean it though. They don't understand what it means to be a soldier in the army of the Lord. They don't understand that joy. They think it's just a song until you really see some niggas on the corner saying the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of and dressed in war apparel and war raiment. Then they think you're crazy.
God, yeah, right. You singing and dancing all day, man. But not willing to bust a grape in a fruit fight. Let a white boy walk through your church with a firearm. You gonna sing and dance with him. You gonna sing hallelujah and praise dance with him, man. Instead of warning our people of the troubles that's supposed to come on this earth. That's what a prophet of God job is. His job is to warn the people, regardless if they like it or not.
Like you.
And you have to be a warrior to do so. Get down, soldier.
And I was gonna say either that or they gonna forgive him when he gets sentenced and pat him on the back on national television.
God,
right?
They gonna forgive him and say we gotta forgive him. And, God forgives and all that bull crap, man. When the Bible just said he is a man of war. Read on.
The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
Is what?
is his name.
He wants you to know, right? He repeated it again. That's how cold the Lord is, man. He said, and the Lord, and Yahweh is his name. That's my name. Don't forget it. When I come through, I'm about warfare. I'm about no games, and don't forget that. You know what I'm saying? These are war tactics that the Lord is bringing through this hurricane. This is all war that he waging on America and on our enemies, man. And we should be glad for it, right? Let's get the other precept, the reed shaking in the wind.
Cut on, sure I have it.
You got it? All right. You get
Cut on. The book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
And as they departed, Yahweh shall begin to say unto the multitude concerning John.
Right, talking about John the Baptist. Right, this is our King Yahushua telling the people and describing to the people the attributes of John the Baptist. Right, read on.
Come. What went ye out into the wilderness to see?
Right, that's where John the Baptist congregated at. You know what I'm saying? It did his works at. You know what I'm saying? He said it was a man in the wilderness. What he said, they said he ate wild honey and locusts. Hardcore, brother. You know what I'm saying? Most of y'all can't even go a day without McDonald's. This brother was out there eating wild honey. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a cold brother to do something like that, man. You know what I'm saying? And he's asking, what you think you went to go see when you went to see John the Baptist? Read on.
Come. A reed shaking with the wind.
A what?
A reed shaking with the wind.
What is he describing there? What does he mean by that?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Is he saying that unstable brother, like a person that's not like how we say standing on what they talking about, or not about what they not about it, not about what they talking about, or just like moving, like you can move them or you can persuade them to turn left or turn right.
God, that's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. You know what I'm saying? And also, the literal sense as well too, right? Like a reed is a branch, right? And when the wind blows, that branch is liable to do what?
Shake, move,
shake, move, or even break, right? Or to fall down, right? Meaning, John the Baptist was no punk, man. He was just not somebody you can just push to the ground and push over. And like the Trooper Canuck said, he was a brother that stood on what he believed in. He stood on serving the Most High. Of course, he got weak at the end, like most brothers in the Bible have. You know what I'm saying? And we all learn from the mistakes of the other prophets. But when John the Baptist was rocking and rolling, guess what, man? That brother was on fire, man. He was on fire. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Well, what went ye out for to see? A man clothed in soft raiment?
What's that talking about?
Purple cat.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Soft raiment. Purple shirts, fringes on your t-shirts, skirts with fringes at the bottom. What you had something you want to add, y'all? What's up? Oh, God. You know what I'm saying? The soft clothing, the tight jeans, the tight suits, where you don't look like a threat. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Behold, they that wear soft clothing are in kings' houses.
They are where?
In kings' houses.
Guess what? Those that live rich on this earth is because they present themselves as a non-threat to our oppressor. They present themselves as loving and caring and so humble, and I just want everybody to get along. Those that wear soft raiment isn't they in the king house, man. They ain't out here doing the work. They ain't out here in Ybor City warning our people of hurricanes and plagues that's gonna come on this earth. That's too much for them. Too much sweat and too much, hard. It's like, y'all can hear me?
Okay.
Okay.
That's, too much hard work for them, man. You know what I'm saying? But a real prophet of God will tell it like it is. Read on.
Sir. But what went ye out for to see? A prophet?
A what?
A prophet?
A what?
A prophet?
Right. He was known as a prophet. And then when they met to see him, they thought they was gonna see somebody with a $3,000 suit on. They thought they was gonna see somebody that's so passive and yes, hey guys, and don't be too militant. They thought that that's what they was gonna see from John the Baptist. But when they saw this prophet, they seen that he was strong and austere, man. They seen that he was a soldier, a warrior, like the Most High is. Read on.
Sir. Yea, I say unto you, and more than a prophet.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like we know that John the Baptist was not in the truth. You know what I'm saying? He did not follow Yahweh. But when he was in his prime, rocking and rolling before our king took the helm, you know what I'm saying? He understood his position and he played it well. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what a prophet of God does. He goes out in the street corners and raise up these 12 tribes, man. That is his job and his requirement, regardless of the danger that comes with it. And if you're not equipped for the job, no sweat. If you're not equipped for the job, there is no sweat, man. You know what I'm saying? There is FEMA camps for you. There is all type of, institutions and facilities and shelters for you that can probably help you out. You know what I'm saying? But our shelter and our covering is here in the ISUPK, man. This is where we learn how to be strong and powerful Black men in the ISUPK and Hispanic men and Native Indian men. All that other stuff is just going to get you killed. You know what I'm saying? Aggression is required. I just want to mention one more thing on that topic. Aggression is required. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that claims to be a guru or a teacher or a leader or a spiritual leader, you know what I'm saying? If he's trying to tell you of how anger for a man is destroying the Black community or our Black man is too angry, yes, we have issues. Yes, we do have anger issues, but anger is still needed, man. Our brothers should not wipe away the aggression, right? Because anger, you need it for aggression. You know what I'm saying? And aggression provokes heroism. This is how when you're angry enough, it will provoke you to be a hero. If you're not upset of your situation and the condition you in, if that don't upset you, you won't be provoked to do nothing. You need aggression. That's how you be brave. That's how you be unfearing. It's through that aggression, man. You know what I'm saying? So as a Black man, you don't have to get rid of it, even when you're serving God. All you have to do is add discipline to it. You know what I'm saying? All right. Any more of that? What time it is? My bad. Let me get a time check.
8:57.
Y'all want to get one more? Might as well, right?
Won't hurt nothing.
Won't hurt nothing. All right. Let's get one more. Let's leave them with a good one. Let's get a good hurricane one, man.
Hurricane.
Or Lord's Judgment one. Let's get Ecclesiasticus 39. Unless you had another one in mind.
I only had one, but it's pretty much a repeat.
Okay.
The one that was in my head was the one where he said I was sent for hunters.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right. Yeah. Since it's a little bit of repeat, let's just end it out with the Ecclesiasticus. But that is a good precept. Let's get Ecclesiasticus 39. Start me at verse 28. Well, sure.
Okay.
Dang it.
Nah, Salaki, sir. Salaki, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir. Salaki. I was finna save. You know, if Officer Yawasub got it. You can go ahead. But go ahead, sir.
No, you good. I was just trying to get sharp. You know what I'm saying? You be moving quick with them pages.
Most High Christ.
Most High Christ. That come from Officer Kawan on my head all the time.
Hell yeah.
I was just like you. I be trying to get as soon as I get there, he already on it.
Damn right, man. So go ahead, get down, soldier.
You said 39 and 28, sir?
God, 29, 28. I mean
You
39.
said
Yeah,
39
39.
and 28.
God.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits.
Mm-hmm.
They are created for vengeance.
Right. There be spirits that's created for vengeance. Guess what? The way that hurricane moves, there's a spirit in there. There's an angel in there, man, moving that hurricane. The way the wind moves and the lightning strikes, guess what? There is a spirit that's commanding that lightning to strike right there. That's commanding that wind to go this way. And all of it is created for the Lord's vengeance, man. The Bible says vengeance is the Lord. So he's bringing vengeance on this earth through this storm, right? Read on.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
Also, y'all saw how I'm about to take over. I got trooper council at 9, sir.
All right, no sweat.
Salaki, sir. That's what I'm saying. I gotta get off the live. Salaki.
God, no sweat, word. Throw out away. I appreciate it, word.
Hey, no sweat. How about you, Shabrak Thumb?
Yeah, about sure. All right, yeah, so you go ahead and pick it up from there.
Kind of, sir. Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and verse 30. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. 31. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their is come, they shall not transgress his word.
Right. You know what I'm saying? They follow everything that the Most High tell them. And they can come through the sharpening teeth of a beast, through a serpent, to a wild animal that maul you down on the street. You know what I'm saying? Or it can come through a hurricane. Or it can come through a mosquito. Or eating bats. Wherever it comes through, guess what? Just know that the Lord is the one that formed it. It was God that made it happen, man. So y'all prepare yourself, man. Make sure y'all get in contact with the officers in your zone. Make sure you report all the supplies, anything that you need to the brothers in your city, man. So we can make sure everybody's to wild. If you need to evacuate, if you need anything in immediate, make sure you get in contact with Cap, you know what I'm saying, or the brother in your zone. You know what I'm saying? So we can make sure everybody to wild, man. The water officer, Isupk, Trooper Kanat, all the brothers and sisters in the chat, man. We're going to go ahead and end the class. Like I said, every Tuesday, Hart Memorial Library, downtown Kissimmee. I'm at the crib right now because it's going down. You know what I'm saying? So with that, we're going to say Shalom, Israel.